Hello, hello, Taurus. It is AD with kayxztarot, and I'm going to be doing your November mid-month reading. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I'm really excited about doing this. Guys, I'm just so honored and humbled by your support. Please continue to honor support with your like, shares, and subscribing. I worded that weird. Anyways, please continue to like, share, and subscribe, alright? And remember, I am still doing that $10 3-card reading if that's something that interests you. All the details for that are going to be in the information box below, in the description box below. Also my Instagram if you'd like to follow me on there. And yes, if these messages do not resonate with you, I apologize, but when you're doing general readings, you don't know what energies are going to come through, alright? So just be mindful of that as I'm doing the reading. There are so many YouTube readers that you feel free to dibble and dabble and kind of get where you're going and the information that you need, alright? So without any further ado, let's get into it, okay? She was off. All right. Boom, 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 boom. Okay. So the underlying energy that we have is the King of Swords, all right? So this is really a detached type energy. Speaking your truth, being blunt, really being kind of quite analytical towards a situation, all right? So it seems like a lot of you are adapting your more logical side, all right? Taurus tend to be practical, but now you're logical. You're using your head. Could be connecting with an Aquarius, Gemini, or a Libra. You guys are communicating, opening up, speaking your truth, not really being held back by emotions, including other people's emotions. Like, you're like, so what? I don't care if you cry. This is the truth. And that's something that's familiar with Taurus, too. As far as, like, speaking, Taurus can really have a habit of just kind of saying what they feel and really not apologizing for it. I'm a Taurus moon, so I completely sympathize, but it really seems like you're moving in that energy, you know, with that being the underlying energy card, you know, cutting people off, leaving people in the cold, all right? Then we have the Knight of Swords as the heart of this reading, so messages, all right? Communicating. Yeah, I definitely saw this while I was pre-shuffling, as far as like leaving a situation and starting something new. But the foundation is the 8 of Cups here, Taurus. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles as the present energy. We move into the King of Wands as the most likely outcome. And then we have the Page of Wands as our advice. Sometimes it takes me so much energy to get through that part, because I'm just like so ready to start reading and like to have to like go through it. Just like, it always leaves me. I've not gotten through one without stumbling on my words. So I apologize for that. All right. So yeah. So back to the underlying energy being the King of Swords. That's what I'm talking about. It's just like there's very much and kings have been popping up a lot. I haven't really seen a lot of queen energy. And the thing about it is like kings, that's not female, male, or whatever. It's just dealing with masculine energy. Everybody possesses it, right? Feminists don't get mad, but it's just like everybody's moving as king. So this is externally how you're appearing to people. You are appearing cold, you're appearing detached, you are cutting people off, you're leaving people in the dust, you are not looking back. You really have moved away from situations that are no longer serving you, right? Okay, and with the heart of this reading being the Knight of Swords, this is movement, and it's really just kind of blazing through and speaking your truth. Look at how quickly he's moving, all right? And this is delivering a message. You could possibly be telling people your personal truth, really speaking it, you know. I'm going to clarify this card to see what it is specifically talking about, right? Hold on. I don't know this one. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. So with this Knight of Swords, so this is, again, as I was saying, is a message of communication and opening up. And we have it clarified by the Ten of Cups. So a lot of you guys are kind of sharing your happiness with other people. Could be, you know, reaching out to people from the past. But really what I'm getting is you guys are stepping into yourself. You guys have let go of toxic energies and toxic relationships that are holding you back. You've cut them out. You cut them off. And now you're moving into, again, another King of Pentacles. So we have 3 kings here. All right. Which is pretty awesome. That's a really spectacular sign as far as like abundance and growth, and people are noticing you, right? You've closed out with these swords that you have, right? You've closed out a very painful cycle, okay? You've certainly closed out a painful cycle with this Ten of Swords being here. And a lot of you has been through communication. It's just been very blunt and honest conversation that has happened that people might not have been able to handle in the past, right? And so you are being a king, though, you know, a king who's really in charge of your kingdom, and you are chopping people off at the head if they have anything to say about your reign and your rule, you know? And I understand that right now because you've had to leave some shit behind, okay? And there's been offers that have been through. You're ending the cycle of stagnation, okay? You're ending this cycle of boredom and not knowing what you're doing because you finally, instead of sitting here, you know, and letting people come up and offer things, you've finally taken the step to just get up and leave. You've left the tree, you've left the spot. You know that it wasn't serving you anymore. You know that you were stagnant in the situation, and now you're moving with God's speed, right, ahead, full sail ahead, to happiness and to what it is that you're doing, and you're not afraid to cut and leave anything behind. Even though, right, not to say that you haven't put energy and effort into these 8 cups, but you know in order to reach the 10 of cups, you need 2 more. Alright? You certainly need 2 more to get to this 10 of cups, to get to this happiness. And you knew that you weren't going to get it sitting where you were. Is kind of what I'm getting here. And this could deal with a relationship. This could deal with a job. This could deal with so many different things. You know, it could even deal with some of you with health habits, with how you were treating your body and how you were treating yourself. You're aware that you can't do that anymore. You know, it wasn't getting you anywhere. You were just really stagnant, okay? And so again, so with this 8 of Cups that has happened for some of you guys, this is a job, right? After you've left it behind, you're trying to figure out what is that 2 of Cups. Right? There's juggling, there's a decision, there's indecision here. So there's kind of a state of uncertainty just because you're moving into new territories. When you put a lot of effort into something and now you're leaving it behind, it leaves you open to new experiences that you didn't think that you would have before. So now you're kind of like in the middle of this pasture. I'm picturing for some of you guys kind of like in this middle of this field, you know, a plot of land for some of you guys. And this is just a metaphor. I'm not saying that you guys are buying land. Maybe somebody is. But I'm just seeing you guys kind of like in the middle of this field in this plot of land, right? It's filled with trees and greenery, and you're trying to figure out what are you going to do with it. How are you going to mine this land? Are you going to be a farmer? Are you going to build, you know, are you going to build a farm? Are you going to have horses or stables? Are you going to build a condominium? You know, it's that type. Is it going to be a shopping plaza, a mall, a parking lot? It's just kind of that type of decision as to what you're going to do. But let me tell you this, whatever you decide to do, once you get out of this 2 of Pentacles moment, whatever you decide to do, you're going to look good doing it, okay? With the most likely outcome being the King of Wands. So this is, it. Again, it's a fiery energy. It could be connecting with an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, okay? And we are going to be moving into Sagittarius season at the end of this month. But with the King of Wands being here, right? He's a guy who knows what he wants. He's a guy who makes a decision. He's a boss. You know, he's a leader. All of these, you have all these 3 kings. So it doesn't even matter because once you make this decision of what you're going to do, what you want to do, you will be finding success and you'll be looking successful doing it. People are going to approach you. This guy's he's a celebrity. People know who the fuck he is. Why? Because whatever it is that you're going to do with that land that I was talking about earlier, with this opportunity that's going to be coming in towards you, for you, with this 4 of Cups, whatever's going to be presented, right? There's a message that's coming in for you, and you've had to leave something behind. Some of you are going to have to travel and move, you know. Some of you guys are physically up and leaving, but some of you guys are just shifting mentally and spiritually too. But whatever it is that you decide to do with this offer after you make your decision, again, you're going to be successful. So do not hesitate to make that first step, all right? And then with your card of advice being the Page of Wands, this is kind of like an Ace of Wands to me. You know, pages and aces are very similar because it's the beginning. It's the newness of it. But I like how it's asking you, you know, your advice is the Page of Wands, and then it turns into the King of Wands. So it might seem like something small now, but it can lead to something bigger later. And every time I see fire, and especially a page, this is something that you, Taurus, are going to have to stick with. And you have no problem with that because you are, in fact, Taurus. You are the most loyal and grounded, right? You're the most loyal and grounded and just kind of practical sign that there is. You know, you might be able to argue with Capricorns, but Taurus, with that slow and steady, they don't mind how long it takes. You know, they teach you patience. And so this is something that you're really going to have to bring that energy into, because when you're dealing with fire, fire can burn quick or it can burn out. You know, sadly, in the name of the Father, Son, and Holy Spirit, amen. But, you know, you can either be the California fires that are burning, 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 or you can be a match, okay? So it's that type, and shout out to anybody who's in California. That is crazy, and just while I'm thinking about it, we need to take care of our planet, guys. I mean, it's ridiculous what we're doing. We definitely need to do our part. It's eating us alive, you know? And the thing about fire specifically is, and I was saying this to my grandma, I was like, the thing about the element being fire is like, it's really to bring in something new. So all of that is going, but it's going to bring new plants, new life, you know. And so it's one of those things where it's just like the world is kind of doing its part to move us out, because if we're not doing our part to take care of it, why the fuck would we need to be here? Species have gone extinct over and over and over again, and it seems like we are campaigning for our extinction, guys, and that is not what I think we want. We kind of have like the suicide pact with Earth, and I promise you Gaia will win each and every time, alright? Sorry. Anyways, that was my soapbox. But you want to burn, you want to keep burning, you want to keep, you know, moving in this light with this Page of Wands here. All right, you want to keep it up. But you will, because it turns into a king. So whatever you decide to do after, you know, you kind of abandoned ship and started something new, you're going to be successful in doing that. And don't think otherwise. Taurus, don't think otherwise. Fear is an illusion. Had air pop up. So it was already flipped, so I'm just going to, you know, I'll use it, because the King of Swords is here. So it's really just being logical, making those decisions, making those tough decisions, excuse me, use your logic to see how you're going to turn this into, like, really tangible, practical manners and financial gain is kind of what I'm seeing. Some of you guys are really on the beginning of starting a business, just truly building, getting a new job, a new promotion. We had Libra pop out. That is another air sign. So this is bringing balance. Some of you guys could just be connecting with the Libra, but this is, you know, Venus, your partner, you know, your sister, ruled by the same ruled by the same planet of Venus. So this is really focusing on beauty, love, integrity, you know, bringing those things together as you're moving forward and really adopting these. A lot of people, all of my readings, and it hasn't been the same cards, okay, but a lot of my readings, a lot of people are going to be just be stepping into leadership positions. You know, you guys are really moving in this light of leadership. People are truly seeing your position, and it could be leadership of yourself. It might not be a business, it might not be a promotion, it could be for some of you guys, but for other people it's just really taking charge of your life and dictating what it is that you want to do, right? And with the fire card popped out, so with a passion and with a quickness, okay? You guys are really passionate now. You might have found your love. You've walked away towards a situation that was no longer serving you, and you kind of caught your second wind. Now, where are you going to blow? It's kind of what I'm seeing. Where is this fire going to take you? What is it going to lead you to do? And then we had Earth at the bottom of the deck too, and that's your energy right here, you know, with the practicalness of it, the practicality. There we go. I was like, there's a word for what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so practicality with this King of Pentacles here, which is certainly your energy, okay? But be careful again, like not with this, not be careful, that's not what I want to say. But you remember, fire scorches earth. All right, that's why sometimes fire signs and earth signs are incompatible, right? Because they burn each other. But when you see fire and earth in this combination, again, it goes back to what I'm saying. It is creating new vegetation and new life. It's clearing out. That's why I'm really sensing an open field. You know, it's clearing out all of these new things to bring in something new, something fresh, right? Even trees that have been alive for 100 years, if they burn down, they're going to build into something. They're going to grow into something else, and probably most likely stronger. So fire and earth, even though they seem incompatible, there is a newness that comes that doesn't really agree with anything else. When you have water that damages, you know, it's just fucking damage. It just goes to the sea. But with earth, it creates new vegetation. It fertilizes the soil and all that stuff. So you guys are fertilizing some soil. What are you growing in your garden? What are you growing? What vegetables? Okay. Or plants? Or what kind of trees? Or what have you? Oops. And then we have Step Out of Your Comfort Zone, which I love, just flew out. And this is, before I forget, this is Moonology. It's a new oracle deck that I got that I'm absolutely obsessed with. It's by Yasmin, Boland. All the description and all that stuff is going to be in the description box, but I really like this oracle deck, and I'm going to start incorporating it into the readings. Anyways, so yeah. So what flew out was Step Out of Your Comfort Zone. All right, and that's really what I'm getting. If your earth is asking you to adopt some fire-like energy to move, you know, slow and steady does win the race, but now it's asking you to move with the quickness and move with the passion. Not quickness, but move with passion. Okay, it doesn't have to be hona. You can be, yeah, I'm excited about this. Okay, Taurus, that's kind of like what I'm getting. All right, and then we have. Adjustments are required, all right? So again, this is stepping out of your comfort zone, doing something new, making different choices. As I said to Aquarius previously, it's making different choices. You're really going to be adopting a new energy, a new strategy to get what you want this time, okay? Because your dreams need a practical plan. This is you guys, and you guys are the masters of practical plans. It's just now you're going to have to bring in new elements that you might not have done before, because it's asking you to, again, adopt this King of Wands energy. And he's a chauvinist, you know, not chauvinist, but he's a show-off. You know, he speaks on about himself. He loves himself. He loves what he does. He's not necessarily the most humble guy. And so it's not asking you to be humble. It's asking you to take action. It's asking you to move, you know. It's asking you to just adopt a new way of thinking. But always stay grounded, you know. Always stay grounded, which I don't think that you'll struggle with. But be excited about what you're doing, okay? Because you're really making the world a better place, Taurus. I don't know what it is that you're doing. I don't know what it is that you left behind. But whenever you come out of this decision, this Two of Pentacles, you really will be stepping in like a really good light, okay? And meditate and contemplate here with the Pisces energy. And that's kind of what I was going with. Not stop, not don't move, but, you know, not stay in that hangman position for too long, because that's where you are, right? This is meditate and contemplate. And again, with that hangman type energy. But it's just asking you, again, what are you planting in your garden? If you are greeted with fresh fertilized soil, what are you putting in? Because what are you planning to get out? All right, that's genuinely what I'm getting, Taurus. We have one more deck for you guys. Yeah. Oh shit. Sorry. Boom, 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 boom. So here with benediction, this is the divine feminine, all right? Which, you know, kind of goes with about what I was saying earlier about just all this divine masculine that's going on. The angels are asking you to bring in that divine feminine with that Venus, again, that you guys have. You know, continue to dream, continue to think about what it is that you want to do, and remember to be kind doing it. It's kind of like what I'm getting with that particular card. And then we had to partner it is dreams. And so that's exactly what I was saying earlier. You know, dream big. Really imagine what it is that you want to do with yourself. I'm sorry that I keep bringing up land, but it's just kind of like, what is it that you're going to do with the resources that you have? But dream big, okay? And just remember, but because you have it in you to just be practical, but dream as big as you can, and then start to figure out how can you do it in a practical manner. It's your energy right here. Okay? Just because your dreams need a practical plan doesn't mean that they're not going to happen. It just means that you have to put in work to do so. You have to find that energy to do so, Taurus. So yeah, so that's really what I'm getting. So you guys have really left something behind. Sorry about that. You guys have really left something behind. You're being presented with some choices, some offers that have come in, some messages of offers that are going to be coming in, and it's just really matter of what are you going to do with those offers and how big are you going to take them. You know, how big are you going to take it, and make sure that you move with passion. Make sure that whatever it is that you choose, this is something that you love, this is something that you're passionate about, something that you can, you know, be creative, you know, with, something that really brings you joy, you know, because through your joy, you're able to bring joy to other people. So be logical in thinking about this with this King of Swords energy being here. Make a logical decision. Stay practical and dream big. That's a lot to do, but if anybody can do it, it's definitely you guys, Taurus, okay? So stay logical, be practical, and dream big. That is the messages for you. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe. If you haven't already, please leave a comment. I absolutely adore you guys, and thank you guys so much, all right? Peace.